What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the John Squared Game Show, episode 28. My name is John Townsend. Joining me, as usual, is John Rayfield. John, how we doing, brother?
Doing all right. Did you hear about the story? The woman who had to go to the hospital because she ate nothing but beans and something else because she farted in jars to sell it.
I saw the headline. I
Yeah.
did not click on it.
Yeah, she's
But
making 50K a week selling jars of farts for $1,000 a piece.
how long was she doing this for?
Long enough.
Wow.
She
Wow.
she ate nothing but fucking what was the other? It was beans and something else just to make herself fart as much as she could, and it fucked up her insides. Her intestine almost exploded. So
You know, she's not built like me, bro. If I ate beans for a week, nothing would change. My body would just be
dude,
exactly the
I'm telling you,
same.
if I had this idea when my shit started happening, I'd be a billionaire right now. I'd be
I
the
was
new Jeff
thinking,
Bezos.
what people were buying this out of their like horniness, right?
I would assume so,
Okay.
yeah.
Like mine could probably be used as uh
A
like
weapon.
poisonous gas. Yeah, I could sell this off to like, since you constantly call me a terrorist, I could uh I could just
The
bottle
US
this and
military.
yeah, I'll use it to whoever we're fighting against.
Oh no, I meant like give it to the US military
Yeah,
since they
yeah.
are the biggest terrorists in the world.
Oh fuck, man. When you warned me about the story that you wanted to talk about first, I forgot about that today. I saw that, I said I just don't want to go there. I just don't need it
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
That's why I made sure not to tell you I was doing it because I know you'd say no.
John, we got a bunch of news to talk about. It's funny because I texted you earlier this week and said we don't really have anything, and then the gaming lords came down and smacked the shit out of us. But before we
Hey,
do
remember
that,
when you took a week off and then you pre-recorded the last episode? Guess what?
yeah. um, Before we do that, get into the news, I would like to remind you guys that for now, actually, this will probably be the last week that you'll hear the same shit that I say every week, where the best way to support us is by liking or subbing on YouTube, Twitch, whatever podcast service you review. Also, we made a new Instagram account today. It's right on our link tree. Our brand now is John Squared Games. The link tree for now is still John Squared Gaming until we can change that. But if you just hit the link tree, it'll bring you to all of our socials. Follow us on there. I think I'll be using the Instagram a lot more than I use Twitter to keep you guys updated and stuff. Maybe sprinkle in some stories that we're going to be talking about throughout the week. So if you guys want to come up in the chat or something and kind of give your input, that'd be cool. But yeah, for right now, next week we're going to be looking at announcing our Discord, or not our Discord, our Patreon. Um, that
Well,
potentially would have
just
some Discord. Yeah, we'll
it
have
includes
that.
the Discord. So
Yeah, so yeah, just keep a lookout. Come back next week, and we'll hopefully have a lot more details to share with you guys about that. And actually, since this entire episode is news, before we get into that, we'll talk about what games we've been playing. So
oh,
what
start with
what
that.
yeah, what games you've been playing this week, John?
Uh, Played a little bit of Halo, but it was kind of bothering me. Mostly because I couldn't see my challenges. I was telling you guys that the other day that
Yeah,
it's really frustrating. But I also have put some decent hours into Final Fantasy X. Just because I know that's another one that like everybody hypes up.
yeah,
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna give it a shot. And honestly, it's good. I feel like there's a lot of lore that I'm missing, even though like they're not chronological.
right.
But like it's really fun.
Yeah, is that on Game Pass?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
It's
Um,
10,
and there's like
10-2,
10 dash,
and then
yeah,
like DLCs are all in it.
nice. We got a lot of Game Pass stuff to talk about today. Yeah, for me, I've actually played a couple different games, couple new ones. Obviously, Halo. It's probably going to be Halo is going to be a part of this. for, the next year or so, maybe longer. But other than that, have been playing Metroid Dread. Um, that game is really hard. um,
That's what I've heard.
yeah, and I like it though. It's been a while since I've really played one of the 2D like Metroidvania style games. And then I played Mario Party Superstars with my wife's family. Um, I won for once. I
Oh, let's
listen.
hear for the boy.
I have I've been playing Mario Party mostly with my wife's family. That's kind of like something that they've always done, and they grew up playing. And I played here and there, but I usually played either by myself or just with Zach, and it was we were never just playing Mario Party. Um, but so since Lauren and I have been together for like 8+ years now, we I've been playing with their family, and I just get smacked, dude. I like never ever win. It's actually me and her mother are always like the ones in last place. And then we played Superstars a couple times, and I've won twice since then. So this one might be my game.
I any Mario game that involves Steven, I don't like playing.
Yeah. If Steven is like hard mode, and then his brother John is expert mode. This dude
No.
he wins like 95% of the mini games we play, dude.
What?
He's
Why are they like this?
he's different, for sure. He like, yeah, dude's a freak. What's up, Brave Toad in the chat? Yeah, we'll look into that for sure. He said, can we get some good point ways to use my points? Yeah, we'll look into that. We'll see what's going on with that. Um, thanks for
Okay.
coming to hang, Nick.
I didn't even
Um,
think about that.
yeah. But yeah, other than that, I mean, those are two newer games that I haven't been on my um that I haven't been playing over the last couple months. So
Not
um
to slow the show down even more, because I know we got a lot to talk about, but I haven't touched my PS5 in weeks.
yeah. I actually have been playing a little bit more Warzone. I actually played with Brave Toad in the chat and my other brother. Played a little bit of that. Actually, earlier today we played a couple rounds just because we had a little bit of time. And then I forgot what day it was, but I think it was like Thursday or something. Last week we played. Still not loving Caldera all that much. Um, it sucks, dude, because I loved Verdansk. You guys know that, but yeah, just I don't know what's it's not clicking with me. I like the look of the map. It just feels wrong. Something feels like really off. They gotta
Uh,
fix a lot of things there.
I um I saw something. I was gonna add a story, but I didn't want it because you criticized me before for only adding things shitting on Call of Duty, so I didn't. It was that Warzone has had less viewers than fucking what was it?
It's Vanguard. It's not, that didn't include Warzone.
Well, no, it was Apex has 5 times the viewers of Warzone currently, and uh it was like some stupid fucking game.
It was well, there was Call of Duty Vanguard had less viewers than people sleeping.
That's what it was.
Yeah. It was some shit
That's
like
the
that.
game. It's people
Um
stupid. Or people stooping. We gotta cancel
yeah.
the show.
No, I only brought Warzone up because you brought up your PlayStation, and I've been playing I've been playing on that, but other than that, like, I haven't touched my PlayStation 5 either. All of that's going to be changing next month, where I'll probably sink 100+ hours into Horizon Forbidden West. Buck Thompson says Caldera ruined my life. Yeah, yeah, I'm right there with you. Uh,
It's
uh,
not good from what I've seen.
yeah, so far it's just not clicked with me. Enough about Warzone and Caldera, because we got some gaming news to get into. First up on the news, we have GoldenEye 007 appears on Xbox Live achievements just randomly the other day. This was 3 days ago, published by Vicky Blake at Games Radar. It says GoldenEye 007 achievements have appeared online. Uh, True Achievements, which provides details of every Xbox title's achievements, as well as handy info on how to unlock them, revealed over the New Year holiday that it had just picked up on an achievements list for the fan favorite shooter, even though it is yet to be confirmed as coming to either Xbox Series X or Xbox One. With no further details, it's unclear if GoldenEye 007 is a remake, a remaster, or a re-release as of yet. TA hasn't had sight on Microsoft Store page. Interestingly, though, this latest report reportedly differs from the leaked, canceled Xbox LA GoldenEye 007 remake that circulated late last year. Um, John, did you play the original 007?
Yes, I did. What are you
GoldenEye,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah,
But I played it, so I don't think I played it on the original.
and 64.
Yeah, I don't think. But I know I feel like I've played it. Because I remember playing his odd job and just tossing the hat. It was a cheat code.
Yeah. I man, if this was a remake, I don't even know. I don't know what they could do. It would be cool to go back and play it again, just because I have not played it in so long. Um,
The multiplayer would
but
be fun.
I don't know if it would. I think it's so old. I don't know what they would have to do to actually make it like. It's one thing to sit down and be like, oh man, like this, we played this as a kid, and then like 10 minutes later, you're like, uh,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
well, I
I'm
mean,
good.
I'm not saying like you're gonna put 40 hours into it, but like good 3 to 4,
Hmm.
couple game nights with the boys when you
It
need
would
a break.
it would be like a intermission, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
no, that's what I mean. I'm not saying that we're gonna spend a night on it. That's
yeah,
no
yeah.
shot.
It'll be cool to see, because Xbox has done such a great job preserving like older games, and making giving like updates and changes that the game needs to kind of feel fresh, even though this game is obviously at this point like ancient. um
Yeah.
I don't I do wonder what a remake would look like, though. If is that something that would.
I don't remember it well enough to even like all I can remember is the one map that's like gray with a bunch of staircases.
Every map
That's all I
yeah.
got.
um I don't mean to sound like I'm shitting on this game. Obviously, it was such a huge game back in the N64, but as John and you guys know now, we're
Old games
just.
stink.
Yeah, yeah. So, we'll be on the lookout for that. It obviously, if this came up in an achievements list, somewhere, the achievements list came up. Obviously, something is coming soon, even if it is just, the old game just ported onto Xbox platforms.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, we have a possible God of War Ragnarok release date. Obviously, these things just kind of come up sometimes, as placeholders, or just because whatever system needs it in there. But this is at PlayStation Size on Twitter. They do a lot of. They'll just post update sizes, or how many gigabytes a game is, or like the file sizes of games and stuff. They're a good follow. I like to check in on a lot of that, because before I over the holidays, I did get a SSD for my PlayStation to increase the storage. But before that, it was always like, anytime a new game came out, it's like, fuck, like, here we go again, another 80
Can't
gigabyte
play it.
game. Yeah.
Warzone's
Um,
got 438 gigs. I can't download anything else.
yeah. So, according to the PlayStation database, God of War Ragnarok's release date will be September 30th, 2022. Uh, Obviously, that's not confirmed. And there have been no comments on it. But let's see. Let's look at what September 30th is a Friday, so it would,
Didn't we say sometime in late summer, early fall?
yeah, I think so. I thought
Yeah,
it
it
would be
does
like
because
November. You thought it would be like August. So it was
yeah.
almost like right in the middle where we were thinking.
Well, it's closer to mine, but that's because I got sources, you know? I don't come to this show unprepared.
Oh, okay, that's my bad. Um, in my opinion, it's perfect. It's the
Yeah,
perfect.
it'll keep
You
me
know,
inside. Like, the weather's gonna change. Like, for us in the East Coast, it's gonna get cold. The Northeast specifically, it's gonna
winter
get
is
cold.
coming.
Well, it's already here.
No, I mean like that's
Uh,
what we'll be saying
Election.
when this comes out. Yeah. Um.
I'll probably be saying Hanukkah is coming.
Um.
But, like, it'll keep us inside.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
I gotta pause this for a second. Um. Fuck you for telling me to watch Game of Thrones. Lauren and I are on season 4 already. Um.
Oh, I told you, brother.
And
Once you start, you can't stop.
um, you, my brother Nick. I don't know if you're still here. Fuck you too. Um, man,
No.
I don't know if I've had. I'm not gonna spoil anything or anything for anyone who hasn't.
So,
But I've never had a show
hurt you?
unexpectedly rip my heart out. Yeah,
Yeah. There's
unbelievable, man.
there's one thing we're gonna talk about after this that I wanna see if you've gotten there yet. That broke me. Uh, but also brain fart. But like when the Patreon launches, I think something that'd be cool for us is we do like show reviews, spoiler filled.
Yeah,
Like
I'm cool.
this, we talked about doing Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I well now that Attack on Titan's coming this month.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely something I want to do. It'll be easier to talk about, once it's all done. But yeah, definitely, definitely down to do stuff like that, and have maybe Nick, or Zach, and our other boys come on. So, but
yeah.
yeah, so God of War Ragnarok, um, it's got distance from, you know, a Horizon and Elden Ring and whatever else is coming this year. Um,
When
what's
does
up?
Starfield come out?
November. So that's still November 11th. So that gives us like another month or so. Um, and that's if this game even comes out then, and if Starfield even comes out then. But
Yeah,
I like the game's pace throughout the year, just to kind of give me something to look forward to. Even though I know in my heart that if I were given the option, I would just have all the games come out now and then just fucking play them like
play through them.
yeah. But yeah,
Dude, I'm
it's
still catching up on games from fucking 15 years ago. I can't do that.
yeah, this looks good. That seems like a good realistic release date for this game.
Yeah.
I I don't think I was expecting it in spring or anytime soon. So that checks out. Next up, we got Final Fantasy 16. Development was delayed almost half a year due to COVID-19. Square Enix plans to show more Final Fantasy 16 in the spring of 2022. This is from Michael McWhirter at Polygon. This is Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida. Prepared fans for the franchise for longer. Prepared fans of the franchise for a longer wait for that game in an update development published Monday. Yoshida, who also serves as producer on Final Fantasy XIV Online and the MMO's recently released Endwalker expansion, said that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has severely impacted the development of Final Fantasy XVI, leading to its delay by almost half a year. Square Enix first announced that Final Fantasy XVI in September 2020. That was when one of the PS5 showcases, said, but did not provide a release window for the PlayStation 5 and Windows PC game. Yoshida and the Final Fantasy 16 team did pledge to offer an update on the highly anticipated game by the end of this year. That reveal has summer. I feel like I always get these. I don't know if it's just like every um like article that we read or whatever. It's been delayed, so
Yeah.
we were expecting this game I think most people were expecting it last year, like late last year. Obviously, time went on. We didn't hear anything about it. We were expecting to hear something at E3. Didn't hear anything like that. Um, so yeah, we're I could see this. We're late or middle of this year, spring 2022. They said that we're going to be hearing um, more about, and then maybe a release date for early 2023 is kind of what I'm thinking now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be COVID, or it could be our next story, which is that they've been spending too much time trying to make NFTs.
Yeah, right.
So
Um, before we jump into that, Buck Thompson in the chat says, New Year, same mispronunciation of these writers' names. Yeah, it's not my fault that, one, I can't read in general, and two, these people got crazy names. Um, dude,
you
come
can't
on.
say that. You can't say that.
Why the fuck? I'm sorry. Like,
He said
I
this
live in,
dude's name isn't Tim Smith, so I can't pronounce it. And that's their
it's
fault.
not, I speak American. Um,
Oh no no no
Adam,
no!
Adam, Adam Bankhurst at IGN says Square Enix president pens a New Year's letter all about NFTs, blockchain games, the metaverse, and more. I really just don't. I just don't want to.
I don't.
That
So like I feel like of the two of us, I understand that kind of thing more so than you. Like NFTs and crypto and shit. But like I don't get any of this. I don't get what's happening right now
yeah.
in the gaming scene specifically. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, so here, let me read some of this. Square Enix president Yasuke Matsuda has begun 2022 by writing a New Year's letter that is focused on companies growing, focused on NFTs, blockchain games, and the metaverse. I'll never not hate saying that. Matsuda began the letter by wishing everyone a happy new year and saying how the metaverse was a hot topic in 2021, inspiring a lively global conversation about what the metaverse is and then about what sort of business opportunities it presents. He noted Facebook's name change to Meta and how that was just one piece of evidence that the concept is not a mere buzzword, but it's here to stay, and that this attention caused 2021 to be dubbed the metaverse year.
Who said that? Who dubbed it that?
The
Don't
what
say his
was
name again. It's fine. I
no, no, no.
understand.
Oh, I'm saying he's saying that just Facebook naming it that that
So
everyone has dubbed it that now.
isn't the metaverse just that place where like all the fat people in Wally sit at?
As fa-
You know where they're sitting in the chairs and they're just like,
That's if I had if I could imagine that in my head, like if you told me that's what it was based on the description of what, yeah, that's about what I would imagine. A bunch of
there was a story, not to bring this down, there's a story where a woman was like suing because she got groped in the metaverse. And it was like, how come on. Already?
yeah. This is the shit that just I want it to stay out of gaming. Um,
I want it to not exist. This is why computers are bad.
yeah, but like at least when we're playing like video games, like as you and I have talked about this before, where it's just kind of what we use to escape from the metaverse. But and now it's like following us. We can't get away from this shit.
Enter
I
the
hate
metaverse to escape the metaverse.
it.
It's
Okay, it says as this abstract concept begins to take concrete shape in the form of product and service offerings, I'm hoping that it will bring about changes that have more substantial impact on our business as well. The article says NFTs or non-fungible tokens. Is it fungible or fungable?
fungible.
Fungible.
Fungible. You said
Non
fungible? Like
fungus
it's a
tokens.
mushroom?
It's spelled like that. We're the next topic of discussion, and Matsuda began saying that 2021, not only as a metaverse year one, is also NFTs year one, giving that it was a year in which NFTs were met with a great deal of enthusiasm by rapidly expanding user base. Um, okay, like so you've admitted it. I don't. I clearly just said the fucking name wrong. I don't know a lot about NFTs and the metaverse and blockchains and blah 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 whatever. Um,
So the simplest way to explain like NFTs as a whole is that the whole non-fungible token thing. It's think of like you know how rich people buy really expensive art and it's like one of one that they can have in
I
their house.
yeah, I understand the basicness
Right.
of it.
So what this is saying is basically they'll limit 500 I don't understand how it works at Square Enix, but like if we were to say like 343 did them, right? It would basically be limited to like 500 of one like skin colorway. Like one
Yeah.
colorway for your armor.
So
And but the thing that doesn't make sense to me is that the price is always changing because most of these are run through uh like using Ethereum, which is going up and down, so the price is always going up and down. That's part of like
right.
the NFT experience. So like how are you going to do that with this stuff?
So my understanding is that so I listen to Play Watch Listen. It's a podcast with Alana Pierce, Mike Bithell, Troy Baker, and Austin Wintory, who are obviously they all work in games. So
Big shout
they
out to them too.
yeah, absolutely my
Best
favorite
gaming
podcast.
show. Yeah,
It's
best
it's my
gaming
favorite
show.
podcast,
Doesn't
not
talk
even
about
just
games.
gaming one. It's just my favorite podcast to listen to.
Well, it's not about
But
games. That's
they right, right. But they did talk about NFTs in games and how it just won't fucking work. Because what people are when they're talking about NFTs and stuff in games, where they're saying if you have uh, a sword, if in Final Fantasy VII Remake, your NFT is a special sword that Cloud will carry. They're saying you can take this sword and bring it into all of your games. So you can bring that into uh
like Kingdom
God
Hearts.
get Kingdom Hearts, God of War. Like they're saying like
Wait,
you just would not be able to do that. Like they're saying that you could take it and then like obviously
well, that's the
that's
thing
not
though,
going to work.
is you end up owning the thing, and that's you have to cooperate with every single game industry, like every single game that comes out, and that
Right.
just you can't do it. It would make sense if like Square Enix did, or like Ubisoft did. I think they're the easiest one to go off of because it's like if you did it with them, you buy a certain weapon in one of their games and that can carry over, or a certain outfit in one of their games and it carries through all their games.
Yeah.
That would make sense, but it's also not really feasible.
But if you say you get this sword in Final Fantasy VII, like this you own this, like it can't be an NFT then if you can't use it everywhere because you own that. It just goes to me. I
Not to mention
obviously
the
uh,
idea is to it's resale.
right,
At
and
least in
then
my head.
yeah, then how are we doing this? What are we doing here? Where I don't
How
want
are
this
you going
sword
to resell a
anymore.
sword? How is it going to gain value or lose value? If anything, it's just going to lose continuously. It's like buying a used car. Like as soon as you drive it off the lot, that's done. You just lost like 20% of the value, and
Yeah,
no one's going to want to buy that from you. That's so dumb.
I just yeah I it's like so my biggest concern with this is the same concern that I had when microtransactions started becoming popular, and then remember those. Yeah, I mean, games still do it now. Actually, I'm not trying to say like they. I'm trying to say they don't, but like the kind of everyone started looking at that and started building their games around that. And
Yeah,
I just worry that people are going to start building these games off of how are we going to like what NFTs can we make, like stuff like that, like what can we sell and what can we and that's how EA became had that reputation for being EA, because they were the first ones like okay, yeah, we love microtransactions. We can make a lot of money off this. Like w- then they just started centralizing their games, and that's how you had all of these fucking disasters that they've had over the
Yeah.
last couple of years. Um, we're just
I look at
starting to
the
get back into a place where single player games are like becoming more focused after people are like, oh wait, like people love video games for a reason and this is it and that,
yeah.
but yeah, this feels like we're starting to head down that path again.
Dude, I get it. You need to make money. Like I'm not obviously that's what every business's goal is to make money. It's not to break even at year's end. But like at a certain point, when are you just taking advantage of your consumer?
Yeah, right.
Like this is just a stupid fucking cash grab where they're gonna make out like bandits and the players left with garbage. This is so stupid.
This is when I was reading this was one of the funniest parts. He said that I acknowledge that some players play video games to have fun and currently form the majority. And they have reservations towards these new trends. Yeah. He also notes there's another side of that coin of players who want to contribute to gaming, that is worth exploring. I,
Yeah, contribute to the owner of these companies' wallets, and that's it.
yeah, uh,
Yeah, I mean, you're not contributing shit to gaming by giving up so much money for a limited thing that's not actually you can't do anything with it. It's just a skin.
like so here's another, like, if I um were competent in any kind of graphic design or creating assets in video games. Like if I created a skin in Call of Duty and I said, this is my skin that I created, it's one of one. And I will sell it and like, and if Activision, Blizzard or whatever, I immediately regret using this company for an example, but I'm already here. So
Yeah.
they get a portion of my NFT sale and I sell that off. That's one thing where I can kind of see it being kind of cool and kind of
Yeah.
like unique, but that is still like I can't make this and say, all right, you can take this into Call of Duty, you can take this into Halo, you can take this into Rainbow Six. You like you I just don't, you can't do that. There's no way
What
to do it.
what there was one company I think we glossed over it uh last week. But like yeah, we missed the big NFT push
It was
that happened
Ubisoft.
last week. No, there was it was an indie company. Uh they were making a really small scale game and they were making NFTs of like skins for in game. They're only for that game, but they said all the sales of these things
Oh, it's
are
not
going
indie.
towards
It's Stalker. It was Stalker. Um,
oh, okay. I thought it was indie. But either way, the idea is like all the money they make from it is going right back into like their company and making those games.
yeah.
But it's like even that I don't this is gonna sound fucking shitty. If you don't have the money to make the games, you don't have the money. Like don't look you can
Mm,
do like a GoFundMe or a crowdfunded thing, and those are like or crowdsourcing, that makes sense. But like
yeah.
the NFT market is where I'd feel like that's a shitty place to go.
I just feel like people need to be like more educated about this stuff. They need to
Yeah.
like and it's that's like kind of, and this was something that was kind of discussed in the podcast where it's like our responsibility to read and inform ourselves, but it's also, I do think that these corporations have responsibility on making sure that people are, you're not taking advantage of people.
Well, but that's the nature of corporations is to take
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah, right. But
And
I'm
that's where
still
the
gonna
issue
call
comes
it
in.
out.
They're gonna write it in the fine print where you can't read it, like, "Hey, if this drops down to 0 or less, that's on you, you're eating the loss, not us.
Yeah,
We're
right.
cashing out immediately." And it's like, that kinda shit sucks.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, everyone should really check out Play Watch Listen. If you
Yeah.
it's even if you don't really I mean, if you don't like play video games, then I don't know why you're here, but even if you don't, or if you don't care, I would still recommend
It's like
watching it.
4% video games, 96% everything else. But like
Like
it is when they do talk video games and like the
you
insider
learn
stuff,
so much. Yeah.
dude, they're so smart, all of them.
Yeah. All right, next. Discord seems to be preparing for PlayStation Network integration finally. This is
About time.
from Hiron Cryer at Games Radar. Shout out.
Shout out.
Uh,
Been a
the
minute.
launch could be imminent. The ability to connect your PlayStation Network account to Discord seems on the horizon. Earlier today, a post appeared on the official Discord subreddit displaying the PlayStation Network icon on Discord. Specifically, it appeared through the connection section of the Discord app, so it's clear that integration between the two services is primed to launch soon. According to poster Jankist, Jankesjt. Um,
Jinkiest.
Jankiest. Discord ships with every new update unused stuff, and you can force enable this stuff. That was a quote from Jankiest. I saw something with the name PlayStation Network, turned that on, and boom. This probably shouldn't come as a huge surprise, however, given what we know about the partnership between Sony and Discord. Yeah, so we talked about this. It's looking like it's coming soon, which is awesome because it's something I've been looking forward to for a while, playing with our friend group who was all on PlayStation 4, and now we've all just like different consoles and stuff. I upgraded to an Xbox Series X actually the other day. So like I kind of want to play like my multiplayer games on my Master Chief controller. So I really would like to get to a point where if we are all playing um what do you have to say?
I hate how you snuck that in there.
You see
You said, "Oh, I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if I'm going to." And then I haven't heard anything. That was like a week ago. I haven't heard anything since. So I figured you talked yourself out of it.
yeah, I was playing on it last night when we were playing Halo.
You snake.
But yeah, I like if we're all I know you don't really fuck with Call of Duty, but this is just an example. Like
Nah,
if
Call of Duty
we're
fucking stinks.
if we're all playing Call of Duty and like I'm on Xbox and you and Zach are on PlayStation and Nick is on PC, like I just want it to be like easy to chat. But yeah, so this is really cool. Really looking forward to this.
So I can't remember if we talked about this when we first heard this news. Do you think that oh my voice just cracked? That's unfortunate. That's because I'm 17. But
Yeah,
do you
we
think
all hit that
that
point in life, John.
maybe I'll grow and I'll be 6'5" instead of just 6 foot? I do you think that you can do like video chatting um on PS5? Like once
I
that like we could do this basically. Peek behind the curtain. We're using Discord. We could do this, but from a PS5.
Yes, I
Where
do.
like you can almost like basically like when we streamed here with both of us, where there's a screen
Right.
of just the game and then us two, and then like doing that straight from a PS5.
I don't think you'll be able to stream like I think you'll be able to video chat, but I don't think you'll be able to like video chat and play the game at the same time. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? Um
Yeah.
like right now, if you go onto on your Xbox, on Xbox Series consoles, you can go onto Microsoft Edge and go onto Discord and open up Discord and you can video. I think you can video chat. I know for a fact you can voice chat and stuff on the browser on Xbox. But once you open up a game, that just disappears. It won't work anymore. So um, yeah, I just think everyone in the gaming industry needs to all get together and we all need to just praise Discord for what it's done and then have that unite every all of the chatting functions on every platform.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be nice to finally have one like uh what are they called? Those things that work with everything.
Universal?
That's it.
Yeah. for
I
sure.
forgot the word.
All right, next up, we got the January 2022 PlayStation Plus games.
Yes.
We are looking at for PlayStation 4, Persona 5 Strikers, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 Dirt 5.
It's dirt.
Oh yeah, okay, that's my bad. And for
Sorry.
PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, Deep Rock Galactic. Personally not interested in any of
Looks like
these.
seven dwarves. They were made on Roblox.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Roblox
what
is the first thing I kind of thought too, if I'm being honest.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. I've never heard of that at all. That's the
Oh,
only one of these three I've never heard of, and that's like the main one.
yeah.
I,
I don't know. I if I were desperate for something new, I would look into it, but I just quite frankly am not. Because I do have an
I
Xbox and I have
oh,
Xbox Game Pass.
hang on. This game looks fucking sick.
Uh, John went from I'm absolutely out to I think I'm in.
Yeah, I might be. It's a multiplayer game. Where you're basically it looks like you're in dungeons with wild ass guns, and you and your boys gotta like get out. I don't know. It looks interesting. That's off of 15 seconds. That's how I make my decisions. It's just that. Isn't Persona 5 like an anime?
So yeah, it has that style. This Persona 5, so there was a Persona 5, then there was a
Yes.
Persona 5 Royal, which was like taking the original Persona 5 and almost like re-releasing slash remastering it. They added um voices, voice actors, and they added content. The Persona 5 is like 105 hours to beat. It's like a crazy long game.
That's even for me, that's way too much.
And then Persona 5 Strikers, I get the story in that game picks up where Persona 5 left off, but I think it's like more of a fighting game. Not
I'm
it's like
watching the trailer as you're talking, so I'm paying attention, but I'm
no, I got you. Yeah, yeah. But I
it looks like a button mashing game. It looks like
yeah, yeah.
Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. Um
But if
so
Hyrule Warriors was an anime, what the fuck is this?
so yeah, everyone just if you have PlayStation Plus, at least claim the games. You just never know. You never do. Go ahead and claim them. Dirt 5, if you're into racing, cool. Um
Hurts.
if you're oh yeah, sorry. If you're into racing, Dirts is it looks, looks cool.
Looks like a racing game.
It sure does. Yeah, next up for Xbox Game Pass, we got games coming for this month, and damn,
Dude,
bro.
I'm
Um,
fired up.
so we got Ember, Gor Goragoa. That sounds right. Uh, Olija, Outer Wilds, which was Game of the Year nominated a couple years ago. That's not Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds. It's an indie game.
I
The
always get the two
Pedestrian,
confused.
yeah, The Pedestrian, um, Anacrusis, Spelunky 2, and the big one is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. That's obviously the trilogy remastered that came out in the middle of last year. This was one that I knew had to have been coming soon because
Yeah.
obviously Xbox has the relationship with EA. Um, I think I've said it on the show a couple times. Like I think that when I got it on Steam for $10, I and you were like kind of bummed that you missed it. I said I think it's coming to Game Pass soon. I just had that feeling. So there we go. I'm not gonna play it on PC anymore. I'm gonna play it on Xbox because it's gonna look better on the Series X than it would on my PC. And it's just easier to play. But yeah, huge. That's huge. And then announced today was Rainbow Six Extraction Day One coming to Game Pass. this month. It is releasing on
January 20th.
January 20th. Um, they announced this today, almost like a partnership with Xbox. Um, and they announced that Ubisoft's subscription service, Ubisoft Plus, is coming to or not Game Pass. It's coming to the Xbox platform. Is not coming to Game Pass. They said it is not going to be included in the subscription. So I'm going to
Yes.
read this real quick. It's from Tom Warren at The Verge. It says Ubisoft is bringing its subscription service to Xbox, and Rainbow Six Extraction launches day one on Xbox Game Pass. Ubisoft is bringing its Ubisoft Plus subscription service to Game Pass in the future and announcing that Rainbow Six Extraction will be coming to Xbox Game Pass at launch. That's a lot of X's.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Xbox needs to stop.
It's that with the Rainbow Six Extraction. Sorry. Ubisoft Plus originally launched on PC, which includes access to more than 100 Ubisoft games, including Far Cry 6 for $14.99 per month. Ubisoft isn't announcing exactly when the subscription service will be arriving on Xbox, only that it will be coming to Xbox in the future. Um, yeah, so this um the Ubisoft Plus stuff aside, Rainbow Six Extraction, let's talk about this first. This was a game that I don't think you or I were going to
I
purchase this
think
game.
we both said we'd be interested if it was free. And now we got our wish.
Essentially, yes. Um
I mean, you pay for Game Pass, but like we're not paying the the $60 price tag for it.
yeah, yeah. In my head, it felt like it was like a 40 to like a $30 game. It was just like a multiplayer only. It didn't look like it had too much content. This game being on Game Pass is going to do so. I mean, if the game's decent, at
Yeah.
least, you know, if
I
game.
think it'll do well either way. I think.
I mean, if it's like awful,
If it's
nothing
broken,
can
then
save you
no.
from that. Yeah. But even a game like Outriders, who I think got like 60s to 70s on Metacritic, um, it had that boost, and this
Yeah.
is hitting at a decent time because you want to stay away from February this year. You got two heavy hitters. So you're getting this we're anticipating these huge games coming next month. Oh yeah, let me check out Rainbow Six Extraction. I'm hearing other people are having fun with it. It's Game Pass is just, obviously we say it all the time, and it's like memed out to the max on Twitter. It like trends every week for people just like randomly advertising it for nothing just because how insane of a deal it is. Um yeah, I'm really excited to jump into this now. Knowing that if it is dog shit, then I just hit the delete button and I move
Yeah.
on with my life.
Move on. I so oh fuck me. Um I we had I mean I kind of said something earlier when we were talking about this that like the one thing I don't like about Game Pass is the fan base that comes along with it. Uh
It's like
they
everything, but yeah, I
fucking
got you.
stink, dude. If you this is my message to everybody out there because we've said it before, but it bears repeating. If you're a fucking you're into the idea of a console war, get fucked. Get out of your basement. Go outside. I mean, what are you doing? This is fucking stupid. Just play the game and shut up. You don't have a thing like this. We do this so we can tell you what to do. That's
It's
you don't get to share your opinion unless you do this. That's what I'm saying.
it's definitely like, yeah, obviously there are both sides. Um and it's just
What is
so
the other side?
like if you go on any Xbox tweet, the first five things that are said are PlayStation better.
Oh, okay. You mean both sides, like both consoles? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
meant like there
Like,
was an argument for them doing this,
oh
and I was
no,
like, "What are you
no,
talking about?"
no, yeah, you're just like, you
You lost me for a second.
no. I'm saying like, but the worst thing that I ever see on the internet is when somebody says the stuff that we say, where it's just like if you're like it's a platform that you play on, bro.
Yeah,
Relax. It's not that serious.
grow up.
But then participates in it. They're like
Yeah,
there's a couple like content creators that say this stuff all the time. They're just like why don't we just all enjoy games? Like all everyone has stuff that's and then just is so pro PlayStation or so pro Xbox. You're just so weird. Like you can't just say this stuff and then try to start, that I mean
we
it gets attention and it gets clicks and stuff, but like it's
we
so
did it at the
corny. I
beginning.
hate it.
I'll say that. I'll admit to like we at the beginning of this show, we would say stuff and they go, "Oh, that's stupid," and then we'd bend over backwards for Sony, just giving them compliment after compliment.
Mhm.
Granted, they were doing good things, but it was this time where like Xbox wasn't doing anything and Sony was, and it was like, oh, well, they're just dominating.
I definitely okay, so I'll say that I maybe played a little bit, but you were mostly the one.
I
Okay,
was.
I was like I would still and to this day I still would like overly praise Sony because I grew up with PlayStation. I had like Xbox like here and there, but like PlayStation's what made me fall in love with gaming, but I still even though I have that like um almost feels like inherent like I I I used to feel like a couple years ago when I would see um people like shit try to shit on Sony or whatever or PlayStation, it would give that feeling to me where I'm like, well, you don't have any games like, but I grew up for one, but yeah, I I I can praise one without pushing the other one down. I can praise Xbox without slamming PlayStation, and I think that's just something that a lot of people don't realize. Like you can celebrate something without like you'll Halo launch and was a massive success. But PlayStation doesn't have anything like Halo. Like you don't have to say that. Just praise Halo. Like that. I'm not saying I saw
Well,
that specifically, but it's just like that sentiment shared between like a lot of, anytime someone praises whatever video game like publisher makes. So, I don't
yeah,
know.
I'll say you say that, but and I did just I'm gonna take a step back here because I will shill to whoever gives me the most money. You know,
Oh, I thought you
if
were going another route.
no, like if Xbox gives me money, I'll bury Sony. But if Sony gives me money, I'll fucking bury Xbox. I'm
I
just in
thought
it to fatten my pockets.
I thought you were gonna say, Xbox and PlayStation are both great, but fuck Nintendo. It's
Oh no,
that's where I thought you were going.
you're right, dude. They're fucking dog shit. Fuck them. Have they done
Um,
anything lately that's good?
they announced like two games.
I didn't
They
hear
sure
that.
did.
I saw
Yeah.
Animal Crossing was on sale for $45. That's not a fucking sale for that game. I wouldn't pay $15 for that game at this point.
Um, yeah, it seems like the craze has died down quite a bit for that. So okay, let's get back to Ubisoft.
I forgot this where this started.
This to me like it almost feels like Ubisoft is like feeling out Xbox right now. They're feeling
That's what
out
I
Game
don't want.
Pass. They're like,
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
no, I'm not saying to be acquired. I'm saying, okay, let's put this on Game Pass. Let's see what happens when we put one of our premier, I guess, games on Game Pass day one. Let's see what happens. Okay, this goes well. Uh, maybe let's try this with whatever comes out next. Like, okay, this actually works out really well, and then have some kind of combination where I don't think that they're ever going to just include Ubisoft Plus on with Game Pass. I don't think that's going to happen.
That's where I thought you were going, and that's what I didn't
No.
want.
I think we can get to a point where it's an optional like expansion onto like not included with Game Pass, but it's like if you have Game Pass Ultimate for $5 more, Ubisoft Plus is included, or you could just not have Game Pass or Xbox Live and just pay for Ubisoft Plus, and then it's $15, like something like that. Because if you want me to pay for Game Pass Ultimate, for $15 a month, and then Ubisoft Plus for 15. No, I'm all set. Thanks. Um,
I mean, so the one thing that I just thought of is that actually this is good because now you'll have no excuse not to play Assassin's Creed 2.
it's on. I mean, if like I said, if it's $5 extra, you're right.
I mean, you could just pay for a month and play
Mm.
2 Brotherhood and Revelations and move
Yeah,
on with
I
your
don't
life.
need. I don't. I all I need is the time for it. You know, I need the time where nothing has come out, nothing's coming out anytime soon, and I have a time where I could sit down and I can play some older games.
Well,
But
you don't have 6 hours? You can't find 6 hours in your
not when
busy life?
I have Halo, and now Mass Effect's gonna take like 120 hours, bro. And
That's
I have
son of a
Metroid, and I have
no.
Metroid Dread to play. I have games right
It's
now,
been
so
it's been years of this.
I
Speaking of
played
before you
I played an Assassin's Creed game. I played
you
the one that
played, like
you recommended.
I said because you said you only played the newer ones. And which one? So I gave you that because of those 3, I think no, it was only 2, is Odyssey or Origins. And I said of those 2, play Odyssey or Origins. Because that's the
Yeah.
most Assassin's Creed of the newer ones. But either way, but to sidestep from that, this year, I think September of this year, so when God of War comes out, is our 10-year anniversary of being friends.
Yeah, just about.
I was gonna start the show with that and got too distracted by the lady farting in jars.
Yeah, we'll have to do something huge.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe
have
an
to do
in-person show.
well. I was gonna say our New Year's resolution should be starting the show on time once this year. Um,
Yeah, that was my fault this week.
I mean, it's one of us every week. But um, yeah, I this could be really cool. I almost think that we are headed towards a like subscription based. I mean, why not? I don't
Because I'm
what's
sick of it.
eh, okay, so if I get a console and I just love Square Enix and I love all Square Enix games and there's an option to pay $10 to $15 a month to get every Square Enix game, like why it just makes sense.
But
Or I mean,
so
as long
is it
as
gonna be a thing like that, or is it gonna be a thing where like you can still buy the game if you want just that one game?
I think that's always going to be an option
Because
because I
well, like my what I'm thinking of as a subscription based service like type deal is like Netflix, Hulu, stuff like that, where like you're locked
right,
behind a
right.
paywall. Even like I started this anime Black Clover, 50 episodes in. Literally last night at midnight, they switched it over to Hulu plus live TV. So I got that deep
Mm,
into it and now can't watch it.
wow.
And it's
No,
like
I
stuff like that kind of stuff is stupid. Netflix not being able to watch Midnight Mass because I don't have Netflix. That sucks.
yeah, no, I think it's going to be like you're going to have the option to buy this game. Like you can still buy Rainbow Six Extraction on Xbox and PlayStation and PC, but if you just love Ubisoft, and you only
That's
want to play
different.
Ubisoft games, you have this service where that's all you can, it's like all you can eat Ubisoft. Um, where that just kind of like it makes sense to me, where it's almost like channels. And
Yeah.
Amazon Luna has that kind of like you subscribe to certain channel like you I pay I think it's like $5 to $10 a month and you're like I just love first person shooters or something and then it's like you get a list of these first person shooter games every month. Um like something along those because I don't think we're getting discs in the next generation. The PlayStation 6 and Xbox 370X, whatever, is probably going to be all digital. There's not going to be an option to buy discs.
It'll probably be
It's
Xbox X, Series X.
going to be Xbox X squared.
Yeah, that's actually better.
Um,
XX, so Xbox 20.
I just think that's we're moving towards all digital anyway. So, um,
Hate the subscription. Just hate that idea. I don't know why, but I don't like it.
hmm. Yeah, I don't hate it. To me, it just makes sense. But we'll see. We'll see. It might just come out and it's just like $15 a month on top of Game Pass. Like it's just there. Um, but yeah, we'll
That's
see.
just too much money. Too much
Uh,
money.
that is a lot of money. Um, Okay, so for those who don't know, CES 2022 was yesterday. I think it's today too. It's like a couple day event, but I just wanted to. I guess this is our topic. Is just kind of go over some of the stuff that was announced, because a surprising amount of stuff um, was announced. So we'll get right into the
Well,
biggest thing for gaming. Well, go ahead.
something that wasn't listed is Neil Druckmann did a thing with Naughty Dog.
Oh yes, yeah.
Said they have a bunch of stuff in development currently,
Yeah,
and we'll be seeing some of that soon.
I was
Or they're
reading that
hoping to see
earlier.
it soon.
I forgot to put that in. I was
Um,
reading it earlier. He was saying how he's dying to show you multiple projects that they have in development. What do you think those are?
Jack and Dexter. Like not even because I've been pushing it for a minute now. I think they're actually doing it in some capacity. Uh, I definitely it's going to be Last of Us 2 multiplayer. That's definitely coming.
Jack and Daxter, but Last of Us.
Someone
It's
said
just
Uncharted 5, and like I don't think
I
that
don't think
shouldn't
so either.
that should stay out. They did release the full plane scene from the Uncharted movie, which I haven't watched, but everyone said it looks fucking sick.
I didn't see that either. But yeah, I don't know if it's Jack and Daxter. I hope it is for you, genuinely. I really do. Um, I think it
I do.
is because they said multiple. So the Last of Us factions, probably is one of them.
Yeah,
Um, not probably, it definitely is one of them.
it is.
We just don't know where we're seeing it. Um, the Last of Us Part One remake, that was kind of talked about. That's more likely than not one of them. And then probably, yeah, for your sake, hopefully Jack and Daxter, but possibly a new IP, which is personally, if I got to choose, that's probably what I would go with. But
Was was Sly Cooper Naughty Dog or was that Insomniac?
I don't think it was either.
I thought it was Sucker
I thought it was
Punch.
Sucker Punch, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so I was wrong. Yeah, I someone said there was a rumor of that, and I thought, yeah, maybe, but
that has been
I'm
coming up a lot.
Crash Bandicoot was another one people were floating around. There's a new game.
No.
I don't know how well the fourth one did, so I
The developer of the fourth Crash Bandicoot game is working on another game, I believe. It is not
yeah,
a Naughty Dog IP anymore. It is an Activision one.
I thought
Activision
they
owns
were
that.
working together. Huh?
No. Yeah, obviously, Naughty Dog is the developer of uh, my favorite game ever and one of John's. So we're really excited. We're really excited about that.
Yeah,
So that's not it from PlayStation though. We got PSVR 2 um, announced. And the controller name is the PSVR 2 Sense controllers. So some of the details for the PSVR 2 are upgraded visual fidelity at 4K HDR, 110-degree field of view with 90 and 100 hertz frame rates. This is an odd one. Feedback, where it's like subtle vibrations uh, on on the headset. Um, I,
I
I
read
can't.
some of
I
the.
just can't. I can't imagine that.
I have something they're gonna have a PSVR FL controller too. So PlayStation VR flashlight. Um, to really, you know, nail in that sense thing.
Hmm. 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 I've never been in on VR, but
Might check it out.
I might.
I was thinking,
um.
trying to see which one of us would break first.
um. Yeah, that's really weird. I can't. I tried VR. It was probably like 6 years ago at this point. It was a long ass time, and it made me sick. Um, I can't
Never tried.
imagine. I can't imagine that my dome vibrating while I have this headset on is gonna help. But um, the next announcement for this really makes me want to, and that is Horizon Call of the Mountain game was announced for PSVR 2. Strange to see a Horizon game announced before the next Horizon game comes out, but man,
There isn't there isn't much to go off of with this, but I feel like it's probably gonna be more of like an exploration game than it is a full scale Horizon game.
maybe, yeah. They only showed like a 30-second teaser, so we really don't have too much to go off. But yeah, I want to really like VR. I want to. My it's just don't think my body agrees with it, and I don't know. I honestly like when I'm parachuting, or if I'm fall like in Halo, where you don't take fall damage and you're jumping really long, and that like the lines come up. And even when I'm playing in like call it like Warzone and I'm parachuting, or if I'm falling down, I actually start to feel like sick sometimes. Like I feel this like pit in my stomach. It's really weird. I really do think I have sensitivity to like motion, blur and stuff like that. But it's especially in Halo. Like I'll jump off something really big, and there's a lot of times I have to close my eyes or like look the other way because I'll start to feel like I'm falling or something. Like I feel like kind of sick. Um, I just my
I
body does not agree with VR.
When it comes to things like this where like I'm assuming it's gonna be like DualSense but in each hand, and your headphones are reacting to it perfectly and vibrating to noises like shit like that, I wouldn't be able to do that. VR as a whole is like it's something I haven't been interested in because well, first off, there hasn't been any like games that really got me into it, but
Yeah.
just the idea of locking myself like it seems miserable to be in that kind of world for too long.
Yeah, you kind of
Especially
got
because
tripped out with Senua with Hellblade.
yeah, well, that's what
I
I'm saying is
can't
like,
imagine what it'd be like for you playing
well,
like a game where you're completely immersed in.
when it comes to like video games as a whole, I can't wear headphones. And it's something that like I don't think I've ever really talked about. There's too much going on, especially with like when I'm playing a multiplayer game. When there's a chat going on, plus there's game volume, and I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing, it's too much for me. I
Hmm.
can't do it. That's why stuff like that, where you have people whispering in both sides of your ear while
Yeah.
you're trying to walk, it was too much for me. I couldn't handle it because my brain is firing in all like different directions, and I can't
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah. I used to not wear headphones. I kind of made myself do it because there have been so many different experiences where wearing headphones has and I would play on shitty TVs like the audio quality is terrible and then putting headphones in just like really changes the experience, but I definitely get your situation because I feel similar in like the motion side of things. um but the idea of it is so cool. It's such a cool like unique and
Yeah,
and,
I
and I want it to be successful.
well, like being in the Horizon world, that seems interesting. Like being
Yeah.
able to just square up on a robot, that seems fun.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I don't. It's just one of those things where like I just can't bring myself to it. I might try it eventually.
Yeah.
Like if the income is ever at a point where I can just throw like this is probably gonna start at $400-500.
Right. And
And like if I, you
it's
know,
gonna be scalped anyways.
yeah, or like enough for to get like an Oculus, you know? Like then I'd consider it, but
Yeah.
it's not something that I feel strongly about.
Yeah. There's also like the side of VR where like scientists say that like things that you experience in VR, like you actually like your brain tries to make that like a memory of something you've actually experienced because it's like with just what your eyes see, you know, your brain is just
Yeah,
like a
well,
computer.
it
Um
tricks your brain
yeah.
because you're feeling it in all your senses, which why stuff like this isn't gonna help
So
much.
playing like Resident Evil just I imagine.
I'm
Um
burying my face deep in Lady D's cheeks.
you're just letting her slice you open.
I'm
Um
chasing her around the mansion, dude.
Oh fuck. Okay. Next up we have Nvidia's announcements. Um, I would love to be excited about this stuff, but you're not going to get your hands on it anytime soon or at the price. But I'm not going to go too deep into. We're not a tech show here, as much as I try to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. But just the graphics cards that they announced. They announced two new ones: the RTX 3050 that is launching at $250 with a surprising 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. I definitely expected what AMD. I thought at most it was six, but you say 3050 to me, I'm thinking 4 gigs. And since it's an RTX card, it has the same architecture. It has DLSS and ray tracing. At a budget price of 250. If you got your hands on this, uh, that's a really good entry into PC gaming. DLSS is a game changer. I've talked about it a couple times here on this show, where if you have a under a budget card like that, but you have DLSS as an option, it gives you extra performance of a higher. I mean, it's not going to be like a 3080 or whatever, but just a lot more performance for free, as a feature. And that's on sale January 27th. Now, the RTX 3090 Ti was also announced. Uh, we don't have a price on it yet,
Sounds like a
but
calculator.
a little bit more than a calculator. This has 24 gigabytes of
Jesus Christ.
GDDR6X. Um, the original 3090 also had 24, I believe, gigs of GDDR6X, but this is clocked in the speed of the memory is about 7.5% faster than the original 3090. 40 teraflops of GPU power, and more
Not
details
available.
coming later this month. For comparison, Xbox Series X has 12 teraflops.
Yeah, so teraflops
This
aren't
is
real.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says, they're fake. That's a made
Uh,
up word.
teraflops is not the end all be all in performance, but just oh my, that's just silly. 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Like,
It's silly. It's a fake word.
what? I'm just talking about everything in this card. Like, I can't,
The other shit, the 24 gigabytes of like that's insane.
like, you gotta, like, I mean, this is for people who are trying to get 8K gaming right now. Yeah, you're trying to push
For
things
the
to the
dorkiest of
max.
yeah, it's the dorkiest of virgins.
Let me tell you something. If I weren't married and had
You?
responsibilities, it would be me.
Yeah. Like I said, the dorkiest of virgins.
Um, yeah, I would just love to just I would spend all day just playing different games at different just pushing it the highest I possibly could go and just seeing how um like what I could get out of it.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think I've tested it once.
your
Like it's
your
just like
graphics card?
yeah, I think it's just like whatever I optimize, it's like whatever runs best and just chill.
Yeah, that's I think what most people do. I kind of just get this weird enjoyment out of like if I
trying to
put
break it.
if I get this texture setting and then this like lighting setting, and I could get this game running at like 100 frames per second or whatever. I don't know. I'm just yeah, I don't know. I'm fucking weird. Then next we got AMD. I'm not going to list everything that they announced, but they seem to focus a little bit more on mobile chips with like laptops and stuff like that. They did announce
That was yet didn't Nvidia announce a laptop, a new gaming laptop?
they yeah they did, but AMD seemed to be like centralized around. Like they talked a lot about their laptops, their mobile chips and stuff. They did have some, and so their desktop GPU announcement was the 6500, the Radeon 6500 XT with 4 gigabytes of GDDR6. It is fast. It is like the 4 gigabytes of memory is clocked like very fast. This is launching at 199, and that is on January 19th. Um, if you were to have the option at MSRP, which you're not going to, but if you did, I think the 3050 kind of is the clear cut option here. Um, but the one thing I'll say about the 6500 XT at 4 gigabytes of GDDR6, it, it's going to be scalped, but I think it is going to be a little bit easier to get your hands on this than it would be something like a 3090 Ti, or even just
Yeah.
the 3060 and stuff like that, because people who mine crypto are looking for the the most performance, the most, they're looking for the 3090 Ti's and stuff like that. They're they're the reason why you won't be able to get your hands on this. Um, but a 4 gigabyte card um, at 199, I would say you have a solid chance at getting that in the next year. How future proof? This is clearly a 1080p card. You're not like pushing any, you get 1440p on like maybe like Fortnite, um, Counter
Oh yeah.
Strike, stuff like that. But you're not. This is obviously focused on like 1080p, like very entry level gaming. Um, but yeah, it's really cool. And then the last thing is just Sony and LG announced a whole bunch of every year they announce their OLEDs and their TVs and stuff. But this is the first year that both companies announced 42-inch OLEDs. This is aimed towards gamers for almost like replacing your monitor with potentially. Um, this
It's
is this
massive
is
for a monitor.
Okay, a little bit, yeah, but like it removes the need for ever needing a dual monitor setup. Like I have duals right now.
Oh, I guess.
If I had a 42 inch, there's no need for that. And if I mounted at my wall, it's a little bit further away from me. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at this and I was like, I want one. I want a
Yeah.
42-inch one.
I, if the price was right, I did just say that's massive for a monitor, but I would be having it like right up here.
Mhm. I obviously at the risk of being called the nerdiest virgin, I just love OLED. Um it's another thing where I'll mess around with the settings on my LG OLED downstairs when I'm playing games or watching stuff. Um it's just I get enjoyment out of that, like, and when I'm watching a movie, like my parents came over on Christmas Eve and we're watching a movie, and I'm like, look at how black, like when this her shirt comes up on the screen, like the pixels here, just shut up. And my parents are like, we don't fucking care, bro, shut up. um I just love it. I love this. I love OLED. So having this option of a 42-inch would be really cool. I would love to see something like a 32-inch in the
Yeah.
future. Although the smaller you get, the less, like, 4K doesn't mean anything at that point. So like 42 is probably where the cutoff where they're like, okay, like if we're getting any smaller than this, then like what's the point? Um,
I would say that I would call you a virgin, but since having a QLED, like I get it. Like, because I watched the first half of Game of Thrones on just a standard 720 TV. And then I got this and watched the second half and was like, oh boy, this is an entirely different animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Um,
putting on Halo on like a Series S, it's night and day compared to
yeah.
like Halo on a 720 on running on an Xbox One.
Yeah. So that's all I really had for CES. Um, yeah, it was really cool to see. It's kind of like out of nowhere with the PSVR 2. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Also wasn't expecting Sony to launch Sony Mobile in or Mobility or whatever the fuck they called it and have cars. Sony's making cars now. Um, with three
So I mean,
screens in them.
Apple is too. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, it was cool to see. I'm gonna keep my eye on VR. I would love to try it if there was a way to try something before you buy it.
yeah,
I know with
if hey Sony, this is me and you right now, all right? If you want to send things to creators to test them out and give public review, your boys are here.
John did just say for the right price, no matter what it is, we're calling
You
it
can
10 out of
buy me.
10.
I am for sale.
Um,
I'm trying to
yeah,
stare at the camera and now I'm looking at the screen and realizing that I'm not.
it kind of looks like you're staring up when
Yeah.
you're talking to someone
Looks like
above you.
I'm scared. I'm scared to make eye contact with them. I'm not scared, right?
Hey, Sony,
Hey daddy, please, can I please have the VR, please? Please, I just want to see these boobies in my face, please.
all right, we're going off the rails here. That's it for us this week. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna have details on the Discord next week. Um, we're as we're kind of rebranding, redoing all this stuff.
He means Patreon, not Discord, although
Yeah,
they are connected.
yes, we it will be connected in some way. We just got to figure some of this stuff out,
Yeah,
iron everything out and whatnot. But um, yeah, as we kind of come along here, we'll and we'll have more details next week about our streaming schedules and stuff like that.
yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned. We appreciate you guys for coming to hang, especially the boys in the chat. Um, and
Should
appreciate
write a
you
theme
guys
song
for
too.
what was that?
Should write a
You
theme
oh
song for
yeah,
these
you're right.
episodes.
You're right. We should. Uh, potentially
Maybe
something.
hire Trap Townsend make a song for us.
I don't know if he's still here, but yeah. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Till next week. Stay horny. Stay hydrated. Peace.